Amazon is about to double the base pay for the company's corporate and tech employees. Let's talk about it. What's up, Tech fam? Welcome back to the Gadgetools YouTube channel, where we engage in IT career talk, tutorials, reviews, and news. I'm your host, Warner Bell, and let's get into the news of the day. So I ran across a very interesting article from GeekWire, and the headline on this article is Amazon more than doubles max base pay to $350K for corporate and tech workers, citing the labor market. Now, let's just think about this, right? More than double the base pay for employees. So if you were trying to become an employee of AWS, you could expect a base salary for, I guess, no matter what you did, to be 160, right? We starting at 160,000. Amazon say, nah, the market is too competitive. Other companies is paying more money. We've been up this to 350K. Needless to say, I think I know where I'm going next. And it kind of fits the progression that I'm going in now, right? If you've been following my channel and if you know anything about what I'm currently doing, I'm all about the cloud right now. I am pursuing some AWS certifications. I'm learning everything I can about the platform. I'm even teaching what I know to subscribers and viewers of this channel via my playlist, the AWS Cloud playlist. You can check it out, it's on this channel. So this seems like a perfect evolution for me. And come on, let's just keep it real. 350K base? I mean, who gonna be mad at that number? Nobody. I think 350 sounds real good. That's a nice round number to be paying me every year to be, innovating and bringing value to your company, right? Let's get into this article and see what the article says. Again, I found this article on GeekWire. I believe the author's name is Todd Bishop. This is hot news. It just came out. And so let's read through the article, see what they say, and discuss, our opinion, what we think about whatever is discussed in the article. Shall we? All right, let's get right to it here. So the article starts off like this. Amazon will boost its maximum base pay to $350,000 for corporate and tech employees. Now this is up from $160,000 previously. This is part of an overall increase in the total compensation intended to help recruit top talent and retain existing employees. And we did a news brief previously on this channel about the great exodus and companies having to take on new tactics to retain and bring in new employees because the market's getting so competitive. People are not willing to accept the pay rates that they had been in the past. The issues that we've been dealing with the last couple of years has really upended all labor markets, all markets, and things are changing. And so everyone's having to change with the changes that are happening in the society as we go along. Now, the move promises to bring Amazon's base pay more in line with other big tech companies, including Google, Facebook, Apple, and Microsoft. Historically, Amazon had kept its base pay lower than the other tech companies, making up the difference with restricted stock units and cash compensation, such as sign-on bonuses paid over 2 years. The additional components of compensation will remain in place. Amazon says it's increasing its overall compensation range for most jobs globally, and the increases are much more considerable than they've ever done in the past. Amazon announced the plan to its employees Monday morning in a post on its internal website. GeekWire viewed the post and confirmed the accuracy with Amazon. Quote, "This past year has seen a particularly competitive labor market, and doing a thorough analysis of various options, Weighing the economics of our business and the need to remain competitive for attracting and retaining top talent, we decided to make meaningful, bigger changes to our compensation levels than we would typically in a year, the company said in an internal post. Amazon is currently in the middle of its annual performance evaluation process, known internally as Forte. It's the first review cycle since Andy Jassy became Amazon's CEO last year, succeeding the founder, Jeff Bezos. A report by Insider last year cited high turnover among employees, corporate leaders in the build-up to the CEO's transition, and the site reported in December that the company was considering compensation changes in response. So basically, what has happened is that given the turmoil that's going on in the economy and the society, given the knowledge that the CEO would be resigning and someone else would be taking over, given the fact that traditionally AWS's compensation packages, the base pay has been lower than all the other major tech companies in the industry, even though they were giving these stock bonuses and yearly bonuses. You know, they were experiencing a lot of turnover because people were finding more attractive offers at other companies. And so this is, you know, goes right along with that whole great resignation and just the re-examining of the value of labor and folks on, path as they go through their journey with their career and how they see themselves fitting in the overall economy and job market, right? Not only AWS, I'm sure a lot of companies has been experiencing this, but Amazon has decided to do something about it. And being that they are the largest company in cloud and they have more employees than any other in cloud, they probably want to hold on to that distinction, so they had to do something. And so they said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna double the base salary, and you get to keep the sign-on bonuses and the limited stock options. So that's gonna push them up in the lead. It's gonna force other tech companies to, step up to the plate, so to speak, raise some of their compensation packages and so on. But now this puts Amazon in the lead of attractiveness as far as I'm concerned, especially in the IT career space. That makes them very attractive for an employer. I mean, like I said at the beginning of this video, I think I know where I'm going next, man. It's definitely gonna be a consideration. There's other things to consider when you're looking for a new employer or you're moving on, progressing in your career, leveling up, so to speak. It ain't just all about the money now. You got to consider the environment, the command structure, your surroundings and the work you'd be doing. If you're unhappy, I guess there's a limit to the amount of money you would take working in a miserable place. But moving on with the article, in its earnings report, Amazon's operating profit was down by nearly half year over year to $3.5 billion, due in part to higher costs of labor in its warehouse and logistics network. The company said it cost $4 billion higher due to higher wages, inflation, and supply chain changes. Now, this is kind of a thing for me. You've got, the company says the cost was $4 billion higher. When you hear that number, $4 billion, you be like, wow, that's a lot of money. Due to higher wages, inflation, and supply chain changes. Well, that begs the question in my mind, how much of this higher $4 billion is actual higher wages? Because you kind of threw in inflation and supply chain changes into that little sentence. And inflation and supply chain changes are the biggest probably part of the increased cost. I mean, we got inflation, we got supply chain shortages. Other companies are raising prices, it's costing you more. Now, of course, if you raise your base pay from minimum wage, which was depending on where you live, what state you live, between $7 and $10 an hour to $15 an hour, yes, that's going to cost you more money. But don't just slap it in there with two big major changes that cost a lot of money, because it makes it sound like, oh, people are demanding all this money and now it's costing us $4 billion because we have to pay our employees more money. Well, how much money did you make last year? You know what I'm saying? 20 billion. You can't spare a couple of billion to make sure your employees are taken care of so that you can continue making 20 billion? I don't understand the rationale on some of this stuff, but that's speaking on the outside looking in. I certainly don't have all of the information, but logically speaking, that kind of, I see what you did there, basically. Okay, so let's keep on with the let's keep going with the article, right? Shall we? Amazon declined to provide an estimate for the increase in its total compensation expenses expected to result from the newly announced boost for corporate and technology workers. You don't say. They declined to provide the numbers, right, for the compensation increases. You don't say. As compensation is unique for each employee considering their performance, job, family, and market conditions, these updates to base pay cap and the total compensation ranges will affect every employee differently, Amazon said in the internal post. In addition to increasing base pay and compensation range, Amazon announces changes in the timing of the compensation for employees when they are promoted. Managers will review compensation at the time of the promotion and issue additional stock awards mid-year as warranted, rather than waiting until the annual compensation cycle, to better align newly promoted employees with the compensation ranges of their new level. Wonderful. Sounds great. Previously, base pay was adjusted at the time of promotion, but not stock awards. So, they're saying that before you get a promotion, you get a promotion, you get switched over to just a promotion, I'd say, and your new compensation wouldn't kick in right away. Your stock options wouldn't kick in right away. You would have to wait till the next cycle that they went through. And Amazon right now is saying that we ain't doing that no more. We're going to consider your raises and your options and everything right there on the spot as we're considering you for a promotion. And that's wonderful. It's about time that companies started treating their employees better. I mean, after all, you could not run a company without these employees. They may not seem as important to you in the grand scheme of running the organization, because the most important thing to you is how much money you're going to make this year. But you ain't going to make no money without no employees. There's a fine balance that works with this. And so, yeah, you're making money, but if you end up with no employees, guess what? The money you're making is going to go down. So, that's something to think about. But yes, I applaud Amazon for taking these steps and making these moves, because it's about time. And it kind of, sets an example for the other big tech companies, and not just tech companies, but employers all around, that your employees are valuable to the bottom line of your business, just like your products and your customers and your logistics. So, like I said, it's a fine balance. We have to make sure that we recognize that and we take the appropriate steps to make sure there's a fair exchange throughout the process, right? That's just my opinion, and I'm sure we could find someone out there who would agree. So, that was the end of the article. I just wanted to throw this up here because it was good news. Definitely gave me something to think about with regard to a company to go to, because actually, just an aside, I've been, gearing my career toward the cloud, definitely interested in cloud administration. And so that's what I've been doing personally with my IT career. I'm starting to move toward that area. But I wasn't set on a particular company that I was going to work for, even though my concentration has been in AWS cloud topics and subjects and services. I fully intended on working as an AWS cloud administrator or solutions architect for, you know, it didn't matter the company to me. And generally, it doesn't matter what company you work for. There are companies with prestigious names out there, and people want to be able to have those names on their resume or be able to tell others that I work for this company, I work for that company. But really, it doesn't matter. If I want to be a cloud operations engineer, and I feel like my salary, my base salary should be $180,000. I don't care if it's Amazon, Deloitte, Chuck E. Cheese. I don't care what company it is that pays me that salary that I feel like I'm worth to do this job. Long as they, you know, pay me the salary, long as the culture is good, long as I like the environment I'm working in, and as long as I can feel like I'm contributing to that company, don't make no difference to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You don't have to work at AWS in order to do it. So it wasn't like, oh yes, I'm getting this AWS certification, I'm getting this AWS certification, I'm going to work for AWS, I really don't care who I work for, as long as they value me, treat me well, and pay me what I deserve. Don't matter what the company is, I'm still doing what I want to do. Administrating, architecting AWS solutions, right? But now that I hear this, and I see this article, and it has been confirmed to be true, where you think I'm probably gonna be looking to? Because I mean, a base pay of $350K, I don't think nobody else is doing that right now. You know, and obviously it's gonna depend on the particular role that you're going after or that you are fit for, but still, that's real attractive to a player like me. You hear me? Anyway, I just wanted to bring this news tip to y'all, give my little opinion on it. Appreciate you coming through and checking out what I had to say about it, Tech Fam. If you're not already a member of the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. There's a lot of value going to be coming out of this channel, whether it be in current events, whether it be in IT career tips, whether it be in tutorials. I'm going to continue to put out content for the masses for free. I will never charge anyone for any of the information that I'm putting out. This is a complete gift from me to the Tech Fam out there on YouTube looking to go into IT. Okay? And with that being said, don't forget to smash the like button so we can get these videos in front of other people who might benefit from the content. And until the next video, Tech Fam, peace.